my audience for tonight.
Hello, my name is Carter Rains, and I'm from Greenville, North Carolina. Now, Greenville is on the eastern half of North Carolina, about an hour and a half east of Raleigh, and is considered the central hub of the eastern part of the state and is a critical economic sector of the area. Now, it's important to understand about where I'm from is the Tar River. Now, the Tar River flows right through downtown and is an important part of this city's water system, both when it comes to getting rid of rainwater and watershed and things of that nature. Now, it starts up in the northwest part of the state and flows all the way down and has tributaries that flow into it and eventually flows into the Pamlico River and out into the Atlantic Ocean. Now, this is great and all and works very well for normal day-to-day and weather issues and occurrences. However, it does cause an extreme amount of flood potential. And in the city of North Carolina, the city of Greenville, North Carolina, there's actually 10,004 acres of floodplain that is very highly susceptible to being flooded. This become extremely costly in recent years, both due to storms Hurricane Floyd and Hurricane Matthew. Hurricane Floyd in 1999 and Matthew in 2016. Both of these storms were considered anomalies and were supposed to happen only once every 500 years. Hurricane Floyd, according to the National Weather Service, is considered one of the most catastrophic natural disasters in the state's history. Now, it's important to understand for both of these weather situations that the ground before the hurricane itself came was already saturated due to the natural rain that had already came in the weeks preceding the storms. Now, in the case of Hurricane Floyd, was Hurricane Dennis that hit on the coast of North Carolina and the Greenville area not once but twice, leaving that soil completely saturated, the river levels high, and the area much more susceptible to flooding. Now, when Hurricane Floyd lands and hits on the coast of North Carolina on September 16th, 1999, it comes with 17 inches of rainfall in only the span of a few short hours. Now, this, according to the East Carolina University, they did a study on the hurricane. The flooding does not actually occur until a day following the system leaving the area. And this is because of, again, that water flowing from the west. As you would imagine, everything flows through the river systems out toward the ocean. And when there's high amounts of water, it causes the channels to get overflowed and can cause damage to the cities that are built around those rivers, just like with the Tar River. Now, the Tar River crests at actually 29.7 feet. Now, this is important because the flood stage, that is 16.7 feet above flood stage, and it was extremely dangerous and costly. The city of Greenville loses power and running water for days, weeks actually, and over $7 billion in the state was lost due to damage from the flood, and 52 people were found dead. Now, Hurricane Matthew. Much like with Hurricane Floyd, Matthew was costly not due to the wind damage, but the immense flooding in Greenville and in the rest of eastern North Carolina. It's important to understand that the rain system that had came in the weeks preceding were two tropical storms, 2 in 1 week prior to Hurricane Matthew landing off the coast of North Carolina and in the city of Greenville. And whenever Matthew comes, boom, with 16 inches of rain, again, only in the span of a few short hours, flooding happens quickly and largely and costly. In fact, it caused flooding to occur over almost all of the major road systems in Pitt County, which is the home county of Greenville, and it caused the entire city to kind of come to a halt. In fact, I was in high school at the time, and we were out of school for an entire week because people in the school system couldn't get to school due to the fact that the roads were closed, and some schools even had water still in their hallways and in their classrooms, making learning impossible. Because of Hurricane Matthew, there was over $1 billion of damage lost in the state, and 28 people were found dead. Every place, everybody's home has its natural challenges. Some deal with cold and snow, others with heat and drought, some with earthquakes, and some with fires. And for me, and where I'm from, in Greenville, we deal with hurricanes and floodwaters. Now, everybody also understands that where they come from and the challenges they face make them who they are. And it's made me part of who I am, and just dealing with the local area, banding together and working to fight the good fight and fix the damage that has happened. And I'm happy to call it home, and I love where I'm from. Thank you so much.